What is the best way to learn search engine optimization? The search engine optimization community offers a broad selection of training courses and books, ebooks, manuals, online tools and tutorials and things like that. It's all very confusing. They don't all necessarily agree on the same information. A lot of the training information is either written above the head of people who are fairly new to search engine optimization, and it requires explanation, or some of the information is just very poorly written. There's a lot of bad SEO training courses out there, and so when you're just starting out, probably the best thing that you can do before you give anybody your money is to go look at the search engine guidelines. Both Google and Bing publish webmaster guidelines that tell you what they feel is acceptable and not acceptable for content that is going to be indexed in their search services. Google also provides an SEO starter guide. It's a free downloadable PDF file. I've read it 2 or 3 times through the years. I think it's pretty good basic information. Maybe a little bit behind the curve, but that's okay. When you're just starting out, you don't need to know real advanced search engine optimization methods and techniques anyway. They're very easy to misuse and can get you into trouble. Really, what you need to do is just make sure that your website is constructed so that the search engines can crawl it and identify what's the most important information on your websites. And then you need to develop some visibility channels to help promote your website outside of search so that people will learn to search for your websites through Google, Bing, and other search engines too. Yes, there are ways to fine-tune the process that you will learn if you take some SEO courses. I would recommend that you look at a few different tutorials that are free and compare and contrast. I would not pay too much attention to anything that talks about link building a lot, because particularly if they're offering specific ideas about how to go out and get links, that information, even if it was helpful at one time, is probably outdated and maybe a high-risk proposition right now. Look at things like keyword research. Some of those tools may also be outdated. You want to look at analytics tutorials, advisories, what kind of reports are probably good. There are some things that I would recommend for and against in all of these kinds of tutorials. So first of all, you have to find what you're comfortable with. That means what you feel like you can understand and what you feel like you can do. You don't want to collect a lot of information about things that you're not going to do. That's a waste of your time, and it does tend to be overwhelming for people. So keep it simple. First, learn a little bit about basic site structure. Don't worry too much about complex advanced site structure. If you're about to launch a 10,000 or 100,000 page website, you need to go out and hire somebody who really knows how to manage this kind of content, rather than try and bootstrap it on your own. And if you have no money, then you should probably try to do it piecemeal, one section at a time, rather than just take it all on at once and then hope for the best. That's probably not a very good solution. So basically, just look for what's free that's offered by unbiased sources. And an unbiased source is somebody who's not trying to sell you a service or a product, a tool or a book or something like that. Yes, there are SEO books or books about web marketing and website design that you can go buy. You can search in the bookstores or Amazon, Barnes and Noble. But you don't really have any idea of knowing which of those books are going to be obsolete or good or whatever. Just because it says it's for not too smart people or something like that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a well-written book that's going to give you the right information. So if you're going to look for books, then I would suggest that you find books there that are promoted by authors who hold themselves accountable to you, the reader, on the internet. They're going to have a website where you can go and ask them questions. Okay, that's very important. If somebody's just publishing a book and you've got no way to follow up with them, you have to ask yourself, how much is that person really trying to market on the internet, and how much are they just trying to sell a book? So some of the SEO consultants will tell you about their books on their websites or in their forums or wherever, and at least you have access to those people. You can ask them questions, and that's much better than just buying something blindly that you're kind of left out there on your own. Because many times these people will come back and they say, well, you know what, I wrote that 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't really feel like that's good advice in today's search environment. And it's not that these people necessarily did not know what they were talking about at the time. Things change. And there's a maxim in the search engine optimization industry that any book is obsolete almost by the time that it's published, simply because things change so much and so quickly. Basic search engine optimization principles generally do not change. You want to design a good website, you want to build visibility for your website, you want to create a good user experience, you want to abide by the search engine guidelines, you want to work with the search engines through the various tools that they give you. There are many books and tutorials that talk about these things, and that information, even if the details are tweaked from time to time by the search engines or the industry itself, the basic principles remain the same, and you can generally trust most sources of information about these kinds of things. If you're looking for super secret ways to promote your website above highly competitive websites that have been around for years, you're not going to find that information in a book. You're not going to find it in an ebook. You're not going to find it in an online course. These people are making money off of selling you dreams, and you need to understand that real search engine optimization is mostly learned by doing, simply because we all have to continuously learn new things as the search environment changes. So just keep that in mind.